Hello everybody. Our next camera is the Olympus XA1. It was introduced in 1982, right between the XA2 and the XA3. It's not nearly as full-featured as the other cameras in the XA series. I've heard it referred to as the runt of the litter. One guy even called it the red-headed stepchild of the XA series. It has a decent lens, 35mm 4-element Zuiko lens. It only opens up to f4, goes to f22. The funky thing, one of many funky things about this camera, it's a fixed focus lens. Supposedly it will do from 5 feet to infinity, but some people have done some research and that only happens when it's stopped down to about f16. So this is definitely a camera to use in good light. It has a between the lens shutter, goes from a 1/30th of a second to 1/250th of a second. So again, only 1/30th, so not great in low light. Two film speed settings, 100 or 400. Its auto exposure uses this selenium meter, so that's another thing. It takes no batteries, which is a good thing, but it doesn't have that nice little red touch sensitive shutter button. It's got a physical mechanical shutter button. That's it. On this one there's no electronics, so the clamshell is just to protect the viewfinder and the lens. I was trying to figure out, okay, why did they make this camera? Because the XA is famous for being a ridiculously good tiny rangefinder. The XA2 and 3, they're zone focus, but they're pretty full-featured cameras. Looking around, I found an old ad for this camera, and one of the taglines was "Your first step to real photography." So I think this was aimed at people who were maybe ready to move up from an Instamatic or something like that, but really didn't have the time or the inclination to learn about using a camera. The other kind of tagline was the digit 1 in quotes, for everyone. So it was designed to be kind of a no-brainer. You know, pick it out if your dog's doing something funny or kids are playing in the backyard or something like that. I've gotten some good shots. As long as you stay kind of within the operating parameters of the camera, not too close, and plenty of light, it can take some sharp pictures. You don't want to be, right around 5 feet, especially in low light, because with the fixed focus, if you get a thin depth of field, you're probably going to miss what you're trying to focus on. So anyway, I'll run another roll through this and I'll see you then.